Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're calling us from. Fantastic. Today, we're going to talk about how you can access NHF fund. All right. It is interesting on my alumni page this week, and we were just chatting and discussing about our federal government had gone to loan our pension funds. And a lot of people were actually very, very angry about this. And I said something on the page. I said, hey, guys, one day, federal government will still go ahead and loan your NHF fund. And some people were saying, what is NHF? What is NHF? So I am going to leave it to the team that will be doing justice to that today to talk about NHF. How can you get this fund? How can you make use of it? What are the rules? What are the requirements? How can you get it fast? Some people have been on it for 4 years. Some could get it as early as 6 months. So how can you ensure that you get yours and you're the one going to hold the federal government and not the federal government owing you? That's a joke, by the way. All right, so let's dive straight into it. Interesting. We have 44 people already, guys. Let's just keep bringing in people into the show, and let's keep learning. All right, so what is NHF? NHF is National Housing Fund. I have two people to talk about it today, and the first person is Sanusi Auta. Sanusi Auta is the head business development. So I don't know if Sanusi is on board in the class already. Sanusi, if you're there already, can you just show your video? Then I can ask you to unmute. Sanusi Auta. I think I saw him a while ago. So if you're there, Sanusi, please unmute yourself or ask me to unmute you. I'm just trying to look for you within this group. All right. So Sanusi Auta is the head business development for City Code Mortgage Bank in Abuja. So he's going to tell us from the FMB. FMB is Federal Mortgage Bank, if I'm correct. Yeah, from the FMB perspective, how you can access this loan easily. Then I have someone else again who is from the Federal Mortgage Bank, the FMB itself. All right, that's the NHF Act itself, which is the federal government part of everything we're going to talk about today. And that is Temidayo Stella. Temidayo Stella is assistant manager, Federal Mortgage Bank in Lagos. So,
hello.
Hey, welcome, Temidayo. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Great. It's a pleasure having you on the show today, and I'm quite glad. I'm quite glad that you're here. You're here to educate people. You're here to let us know what exactly NHF is, and I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that you're going to do justice to all the questions we're going to have today, right?
I look forward to that too.
Okay, fantastic. So over to you, Temidayo. So what is National Housing Fund?
So NHF, which is National Housing Fund, is a product of Federal Mortgage Bank, which enables you as a Nigerian, as long as you're above the age of 18, working and earning between 3,000 naira and above, to contribute 2.5% of your earnings to the NHF pool of funds, which makes you eligible to access the mortgage facilities provided by Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. I was just trying at the other side to get our second guest. Yeah. So you said it's open to every Nigerians, right?
Yes.
And why? When I understand that this act was signed in 1992.
1992, Act 3.
Exactly, Act 3. So if I would like to ask you, what is the percentage of give us an idea of the percentage of employees in Nigeria contributing to this act today? Do you have an idea?
I could analysis made so far as at 2017. I don't have the updated information on that.
That's okay.
As at 2017, we can say 80%. Yes.
Okay, so 80% of companies in Nigeria are remitting 2.5% of the employee's salary.
Yes,
Now,
please.
what percentage of those employees have actually assessed or applied for this loan?
Hmm. Now, uh, now, I'm just giving an estimate, though I
Yeah,
don't have the
yeah,
exact.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I could
okay.
say I could say 40. I could say 40% of the 80% have actually assessed. Now, saying okay, let me say 60 have tried to assess.
Okay,
40 were actually successful at it.
that's a good
For
success.
some, yes, for some reason, 20 didn't go through, like
Okay,
to the the final stage of getting the keys to their houses,
yeah.
and then yeah, and being like the other 40 basically. Yes.
Okay, so Temidayo, in a bit, I'm going to take you. I'm going to pick your brain on why those 20 didn't go through, because most of these things, I think they're basically about documentation and the likes. All right, so a lot of people are not aware. That is one thing
Yes.
I have discovered. I didn't also hear about this until sometimes in 2018. By the way, I have been contributing into this scheme since 2015, and I did not even know. Okay, and until someone just told me, "Oh, okay, there's something about NHF," and we had that discussion, and eventually I applied. I applied actually with the mindset of nothing works in Nigeria. It's not going to work. It's federal government. This is not a bank loan that I will get. Federal government will give me 15 million naira. Ah, come on, it's not gonna happen. But I felt I didn't have anything to lose. Okay, I'm not being asked to pay extras, but it's what I've already been contributing, and I applied, and I actually got it. I got this loan December 2018, so it makes it 2 years already now.
Wow.
Okay, and a lot of people, and after that, I introduced to a lot of my friends. I talked about, and I can tell you, I know quite about 20 people that have applied for this, and I've actually received their loans, and I've actually been able to purchase their homes in Lagos. All right. I think we lost our Temidayo. All right. So while we wait for Temidayo to join, I am trying to be very, very careful not to dive into much details, because I am not the expert in NHF. I am simply a beneficiary. But I guess that our guests are having technical problems in terms of connecting with us. So guys, if you can already start asking your questions, what do you want to know about NHF? Um, we will definitely track those questions for them, and the ones I can answer, definitely I will answer them. All right. So, but simply let me put it this way: it is, you just have to take that step. If you keep postponing and postponing this, you will not. Yes. So Temidayo is back. So Temidayo, I someone is good. A question has been thrown up already. Is that, is this available to people not working under federal government? Temidayo, you're mute. Hold on a second. Okay, we can hear you now.
Yes, as long as you're a Nigerian above the age of 18, which means you're working and you earn a salary on a monthly basis,
Okay,
it's
so
open to that category of people. Yes.
you are eligible as far as you are in Nigerian, even if you don't live in Nigeria, I believe, but you're still earning your salary
Yes.
under a Nigerian employer. You are eligible to access this loan. Then I also understand that a lot of companies today take this money from the salaries of the employees, but do not remit it to NHF. What is the process?
Yes.
And yeah, so can you talk a bit about this and what you guys are doing towards that?
Okay. We have a compliance unit such that we go to companies, those remitting and those that are not remitting, and those that are not even registered into the scheme.
Okay.
And what we do is we do a letter to the management of the company, whether
Yeah.
the MD or whatever. We do a letter to them asking for full compliance. We
So
also
what?
have companies. who have also been remitting and then stopped somewhere along the line, we do a defaulters letter and send to those companies. When we have done our part, as you understand, we have offices in all over the state. So at the point that we're not getting feedback, the positive feedback that we want, we escalate it to the head office, who would send a team from the compliance unit
Can
from
you
the
say
head
that?
office
Can you say that again? You escalate it to who?
the head office, the compliance unit at the head office.
Okay. Okay.
They will now send the team down to continue from wherever we have stopped. Of course, we have a file for each company. We try to, you know, um, write these letters to, so they take it up from there. And then, of course, the next thing we get is the company coming to register into the scheme, and then start
So,
the whole.
what you're saying, in essence, is that this is compulsory.
Yes, it is.
Every employer must comply to this.
Yes.
So, is there a way I can whistleblow if my company is not complying? Are you saying writing a letter only is all I need to do?
Yes. Oh, you don't even need to write the letter. You just give us the address of the company.
Okay.
Because in as much as we do the mobilization, because we have the unit called registration, mobilization, compliance unit. So what we do is to.
Temidayo, don't worry. We understand the baby is disturbing. Apologies. I have to take your time on a Saturday. You already told me this. So let the baby cry. It doesn't really matter to us, okay?
About that. So basically, what we do is the unit that goes to mobilize, they go as far as getting address for most of these companies that are not compliant to the NHF scheme.
Okay.
Bring it to us. We at the registration team, we take it up from there, do the letter and all of that. And we've had people walk into the employees of some organization walk into our office space, and they tell us that our company has been debiting from our salary.
But
We want to know if they are remitted. We even want to know if they are remitted.
Okay.
And because we have the star 219 USSD code, which you can just use to even just check your NHF number, or check your contribution for the past 5 years or even 5 months, and then these people try to do that and they don't see anything. They tell us, and we're seeing it on our payslip. We see the NHF deduction on our payslip and we're like, no, it doesn't come to us. Now, this was something we discovered when a boss of mine who used to work with Nitel said, I'm close to retirement. I need to even see what Nitel did way back. And then she requested for a statement of account and discovered that in certain years, just 6 months was actually remitted on her behalf. So she now asked, this money was deducted for 12 months. Why am I seeing just 6 months? Okay. So really, it's another thing for the deduction to be done, and then it's another thing for it to be remitted to Federal Mortgage Bank. I'm not surprised at all. We have such scenarios coming up, sometimes, and then.
Fantastic. Okay, thanks a lot, Temidayo. We'll go more into this. I've seen a lot of questions already. Guys, keep the questions coming. Trust me, we're going to take some time to take those questions today. All right, so someone says, Tope says, can an entrepreneur register for NHF fund?
Yes, please.
How?
Yes.
I don't have a salary.
We call them self-employed.
Okay.
That's what we call them. We call them self-employed.
Yeah.
It's just that for a self-employed person, it's a different ball game. Now, you're coming in under a paid employment. Your employer does the deduction from your salary. They tell us what your 2.5% is.
Yeah.
But coming as self-employed, who will be the one to determine what your 2.5% would be? So when you're filling out the individual employee form, you're giving us what your monthly income.
Yeah, but take a scenario. My monthly income is actually not fixed. All right, I sell spare parts, so my monthly income isn't fixed. So how do you determine that 2.5%?
We also request for your statement of account for 2 months.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yes, which we use that also to check what you have written on your individual registration form as your monthly income to determine what your 2.5% will be.
Would be fantastic. All right. So I'm in terms of the ratio of self-employed and fully employed getting access to this loan, what would you say the ratio has been?
Well, for a self-employed, the dicey situation there is that now there are certain loans that an employed person will be able to enjoy that you will not enjoy.
Okay.
We have those
Like,
products where you come to us direct through your employer. Now, I'm sure you access yours to the primary mortgage bank.
yes, I did.
They stood as an intermediary between you and us. Now, we have products where your employer can stand as an intermediary between yourself and us. But for someone who is self-employed, who doesn't
Yeah.
have an employer, you can't come to us for that particular product. The
Okay.
only one you can access is by going through a primary mortgage bank.
Mm.
Hmm? The
Yeah.
only loan you can access as a self-employed is by going through a primary mortgage bank. Of course, once
And
you
that
meet all the requirements with the primary mortgage bank and they forward the application to us, it's been approved. It gets approval, irrespective of the fact that you're
I
not
went I went through the
employed.
primary mortgage bank and I got it. And that's why I really want us to balance this today. But I don't know. I think my primary mortgage bank contact is having serious issue connecting. It keep coming in and out. Once you're in, please let me know that you're in so that we can bring you on the show immediately. All right. So Temidayo, tell us. Omotayo is asking, how do I get started? Okay. It says you have been contributing for 6 years. Well, you only need 6 months, Temidayo, for your, I mean, Omotayo, for your
Yeah,
information. You only need 6 months contribution for you to have access to this loan. So tell us, what is the process of accessing this loan?
first you need to identify your property. Hmm?
Say that again.
First thing you
Identify
do,
what?
first thing you do is to identify the property that you wish to buy.
Okay.
Once you identify the property you wish to buy, you also need to know the primary mortgage bank that is marketing the property. Hmm?
What if
Now,
the property, Temidayo, just a second. What if the property is not marketed by any primary mortgage bank? What if it's a property I see via an estate agent? Can I still use the
then
same?
you can just choose a primary mortgage bank that you feel will do the job well and tell
Fantastic.
them you have an offer from a particular estate to buy a property that you are interested in. Can they package for you? That's all.
Exactly. I just want you to clarify that because, guys, that is what I did. Primary mortgage bank did not find the house for me. I found what I want. I took that same property to the primary mortgage bank and asked them to use that to package the loan application. So just to clarify that. All right. So please go ahead. After that, what's next? Guys, get your
So
pen and paper. I think you should write this down.
you like I said, you get the primary mortgage bank to package your loan. Now,
Yeah.
when the primary mortgage bank package your loan, it's been batched in 10 applications. That's how they do it. And forward to our head office for approval. You must know
Okay.
the batch number. It's very important that you know the batch number because that's the only way you can follow up on your application. For instance, you are in Lagos and you can't keep traveling all the way to Abuja just because you need to follow up in a loan batch. You can walk
Mhm.
into any office in Lagos, either in Ikeja, Lagos Island, that's Marina, and the Apapa office. And all we need from you is the batch number. We'll send that to the head office and we're giving immediate status reports on your application, which will tell you at that very minute. Now, once the loan is approved, of course, you must have opened an account with the primary mortgage bank while during the process of the application. The essence of that account is that you're to pay an equity of 10% as long as you're buying a property above 5 million. Now, 0 to 5 million, no equity. zero equity. But if the property is above 5 million, you need to pay 10% flat equity of that property. Now, assuming you're buying a 10 million naira property, which means you're expected to pay 10% of 10 million naira into the account you have opened with the primary mortgage bank. The other mortgage bank pays the other 90 into that same account. And then they in turn pay the owner of the property that you're buying. I hope you understand. The repayment starts through the same process. The account you have opened with the primary mortgage bank is where your repayment goes into, either on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, or a yearly basis, whichever one you choose to do. That's about it.
Guys, just to drop a bit on that as well. So what Temidayo is saying, in essence, is that if you need to access a loan to buy a property of less than 5 million naira, you do not need to pay any equity. So equity is what you have to, your own contribution. I think that is the next question also on the chat, which says, are you supposed to be a contributor to get the loan? First, you have to be a contributor to NHF. All right, 2.5% of your salary. It's not gross salary now. Of your basic salary goes to NHF every month. You must have contributed for 6 months to be eligible. And when you do this, you go to your primary mortgage bank. We have quite a number of them. This show is not a paid show. I would have given you names of mortgage banks and asked you to go, but I did mine through City Code. I understand there is LIBS or LIBC or something. LBIC. There are several mortgage banks all across Nigeria. And if your property is above 5 million, you have to contribute 10% of whatever amount you need for the purchase of your property. You need to contribute that to this primary mortgage bank. That is what Temidayo is simply saying here. So Temidayo, after I do that, I will have to wait for the approval of the loan. Then I get a code. And this code is what you guys use in tracking the approval levels, right?
Yes, please. Once the application has been packaged by the primary mortgage bank, you get your batch number.
Okay.
You get your batch number. Now you mentioned earlier reasons why the other 20% that probably tried to access the loan didn't succeed at it.
True. Yeah.
Okay, now the scenario is this. Every primary mortgage bank is expected to package 10 applications each. Assuming I submit my application to a primary mortgage bank, being the first person on the list of 10, it means they have to wait to get 9 more before they forward the application to the head office for approval. And at the point
that is what you call the batching, right? That is what you call the batching. So if they do not get 10, they will not go with that batch to Abuja.
No. So you are already counting months or even a year sometimes, subject to the primary mortgage bank. And we say it's open. If you get another primary mortgage bank that is ready to package your application, you can always change the primary mortgage bank. If one is taking so much time and you know the reason why this time is going on, and then you get another primary mortgage bank, you can always change the primary mortgage bank.
Is that not going to be a double application? Or can I,
No,
will I have to go with
you're moving your file from one primary mortgage bank to another.
To another one. So if I think PNB1 is slow and they're not being effective enough, I can move to PNB2.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. And what is the maximum amount that can be assessed on this scheme?
15 million naira is a loan cap. But then it doesn't mean everyone gets 15 million because there's a factor of
we're losing you.
Your age.
Okay. This is the interesting part, guys. But it seems we're losing Temidayo. I'm not sure. Temidayo, we lost you in about 30 seconds when you're talking about this requirement.
Okay.
Yeah. So what what makes me eligible for 15 million and does not make Mr. B eligible for 15 million? You were saying that, then we lost you a bit. Can you take it again?
I said it's factored on your age.
Okay, what does that mean?
Now, retirement age is 60.
Yeah.
Number of years is 35 years in service. So 15 million naira is factored on your age or number of years left in service because the loan is tied to retirement age of 60.
Packaged in a way that I will have to pay
And,
up before I get 60.
and your take home. Did you get that? And your take home.
So I got that.
Your
What
take
happened?
home, one third of your take home. One third of your take home.
So what you're saying in essence is that my payback on the loan must not be more than one third of my take home. Then I should be able to complete my loan repayments before I attain the age of 60. That is what
Yes.
determines the cap that I get. All right. So guys, if you're young, if you're still 30, 40, you still have 20 years to pay. And that is a good one. Well, that doesn't mean if you're already 55 or 58, you still cannot apply. It simply means that you will not get up to that 15 million except if your salary, one third of your take home, is more than no, your payback is actually more than one third of your take home. Then you can be eligible to get 15 million naira. All right, so Temidayo, please go ahead. After that, is that the end of the story? Once it gets approved in Abuja, does that mean I'm going to get my money?
The money is not paid directly to you. It's paid into the account you have opened with the primary mortgage bank.
Yeah.
Now remember, you have already paid 10% equity of the amount into that same account.
Correct.
So once FMBN pays 90, it becomes 100%, the full amount, right? With the primary mortgage bank, who is the marketer of the property that you're buying, pays to the owner of the property, that's the developer, or whoever, or it could be a private owner, maybe that friend of yours that was willing to sell his house through the NHS scheme. So now this money is given to that person. And then other documentation, the key to the house, and you become a house owner. And repayments for this loan start
Just like that.
just like that.
All right, so guys, I'm sorry, it's not because I don't want to take your questions. I really want us to establish some key facts because I can see a lot of questions coming in, and some of those questions are things she's already talking about to avoid repetition. So I see a lot of people also raising hands. I may not be able to call you to speak, so please put in your questions in the chat box. All right. So we've talked about procedures to assess the fund. Then Charles asked, how do I know how much I am eligible to apply for? So is there a calculator or a calculation sheet that we can already know before even applying?
A simple practical example is this. Now, I'm 40 years old, which means I have 20 years retirement, right? Now, I earn 120,000, but at the end of the day, my take home is 90,000. One third of 90 is 30,000, right? 30 multiplied by 12, which is a year, gives you 360, if I'm not mistaken.
Just go on. I don't
360
think
times 20 years. 360 times 20 years, which you have left to retirement, gives you what you take as NHF loan.
Okay.
That's just the practical way to work it.
To work it out. All right. I just hope that Charles got that. If you don't, Charles, I think you should let us know. Then we will probably see if we can do a simple Excel simulation for you right in the class today and show it again. All right. Thank you very much. Nathaniel Ajayi is asking, what if the company deducts as much as 20% and still do not remit? I do not think companies will deduct 20%. Or Temidayo, have you ever heard of such case?
No, no, no. We do not operate additional contribution like pension scheme. It's
Okay.
2.5% and 2.5% flat.
Okay, so let me ask this question for him again. So you've said it. I think just to clarify, if the company is deducting from your money and they are not remitting, I think they are really violating the law, and you have a
Yes.
right to report them. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Um, a question from Charles asked, sorry, he says, are there ready-made houses I can key into? Charles, the answer is yes. Contact your private mortgage banks. Most of them actually have houses. And those houses are within this same 50 million or something you can just add to. They will help you to package this loan because they also want to sell. Some of those private mortgage banks are already in partnerships with those developers, and they'll be willing to do this for you. I think we lost our guest again, but let's continue with those questions. Temidayo, if you can still join, please join us back. So Jota J asked, can I use NHF to build a house if I have a land? Guys, I'm being careful here. I really don't want to ask answer questions for the professionals, but I think I also have an answer for you if you don't mind. But you can still validate it when Temidayo comes on board again. The answer is yes, but you will not get your money at once. So if you have to build a house, okay, Temidayo, you're welcome back. Let me unmute you. Okay, you can yeah. So there's a question here, and I was about to just answer. I just hope I didn't say the wrong things. It says, can I use NHF to build a house if I have a land?
Yes. Now NHF, it's it's for you to be able to buy, outright purchase, renovate, or build.
Okay.
Huh? There are three windows to NHF: outright purchase, renovate, or build. The building aspect of NHF is such that you already have an existing land. Federal Mortgage Bank will never give you the loan to buy the land. You must have the land ready. Now, the land needs to have a title document, which is the C of O. Hmm?
Okay.
Very important. Before you talk about the approved building plan, bill of quantity, and whatnot, whatnot. Once you have all of the documents, you either go through a primary mortgage bank or come to us direct through your employer. We have a product called construction loan. Like I mentioned earlier, there are some products that we have introduced that takes you off going through a primary mortgage bank.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, you come to us direct through your employer. The construction loan is one of such products
Okay.
where you have the land to build. For the NHF, which also gives you the advantage of building, where you need to have a land and you have to go to a primary mortgage bank, you don't need to pay a non-refundable fee of 100,000 naira because the primary mortgage bank does the legal search on all your documents.
Mm.
But when you come to us for the construction loan, you need to pay a non-refundable fee of 100,000 because we will do the legal search. And it's like processing fee of some sort. Hmm? But you don't get to pay that if you go to a primary mortgage bank. Now, the money is disbursed in three tranches: 30, 30, 40. Hmm?
If you're building,
Yes, if you're
yeah,
building.
just to be clear, all right? But if you're
Yes.
purchasing, you get your full loan at once.
So
Okay.
now, before 30% is disbursed, you're expected to take the house to a particular level. Hmm? We send a team from the head office to come and check what you have done. If you have used the money the way it ought to be, and then the next 30% is disbursed, and then the 40% final disbursement also comes. bearing in mind that
Before
the
you go on,
10% equity.
Temidayo, just on the title document of C of O. So Charles still continues, said yes, because we all know that getting a C of O in Nigeria is like going through the eye of a needle. He said, are there other title documents that could suffice for C of O if you're actually
Now,
buying?
depending on where you are located, like in the north, I know some of them in the north even use governor's consent. Some of them even use R of O. So now location is an important factor you need to consider if you're applying for um, building. In Lagos, it has to be C of O. It has to be C of O. Very important. Even if you have all other documents, governor's consent, R of O, you still need to have that C of O. If you buy a land in an estate where there is a global C of O, it will suffice. All you need is a copy of the global C of O.
Okay,
If
so
the land is an estate
not
land.
necessarily the
Yeah.
personal C of O of your house.
No.
Thanks for that information.
So now the 10% equity which you pay into the account if you are buying outrightly, you are expected to use that 10% to put something on the land where you're about to build. You want to come and see a project worth 1 million naira because you are building a property of 10 million naira. 1 million being the equity of 10 million naira, which is 10% of 10 million naira. Do you understand? So once you're able to come and see that you have done something worth 1 million naira on that land before the disbursement of 30%, the other 30, and the final 40. Now, until you take complete occupants of the house before the repayment starts. Once the house is habitable, then your repayment starts.
So what if I don't complete this house?
If you're building a duplex,
what if I don't complete the house? Temidayo, did you get that? Hello?
You said what?
I said, what if I did not complete that house in 2 or 3 years? Does that mean I will not start repaying the repayment plan until after that 3 years? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that would be possible. Why? Like I said, the first 30% is disbursed to you to take the house to maybe lintel level. And somebody from our monitoring department comes to check that you have done that, right? You have used that 30% to that level. Immediately, the next 30% is disbursed to you. Now, if you're building a bungalow, you are expected to finish that bungalow in 6 months. If you're building a duplex, it's 8 months. Yes, that is what is on ground. 8 months for bungalow, for duplex, 6 months for bungalow.
Thank you so much. And this is only applicable to those that are getting this loan to build on a land with a title document. All right. Thank you very much. So Rose asked a question, said, how do I get my NHF number?
Your NHF number can be gotten through your registered mobile number during your registration.
Can you tell us how?
Just dial the USSD code *219#.
*219#. Okay. So guys, and just heard that again. With your registered,
you get the prompt that says retrieve NHF number.
Fantastic. All right. So please, that's a very valuable information. Thanks so much, Temidayo. A question from Abiolubumi says, how do we confirm as individuals whether or not our companies are remitting? But I mean, you can always find these on your pay slips. For those that get pay slips, you will see that element of NHF deduction. It is always 2.5% of your basic salary. And for those of you that do not see pay slips, please go to your HR department and request. And if you want to really make it official, you can request by email and let them know. You can quote the act and let them know that you know that it is mandatory for them to deduct from you and to remit to NHF. And if they are not doing that, you have a right to write to NHF. Okay. Is there a way? This Oluwatoyo also is asking the question. Said, is there a way to know? Sorry, guys. Is there a way to know how much I have contributed so far to NHF scheme? Temidayo.
Yes, please. Now we have the NHF online. When you go on our website, it's NHF online where you can register.
Can you give
Once
us?
you register,
Can you give us the website?
fmbn.gov.ng.
That's all. FNBN.
FMBN, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria .gov.ng. FMBN.
Okay. Eman or Fumbi, please post that, or Abayom, anyone, please post that on the chat. fnbn.gov.ng. All right. Thank you very much. Kaude is asking. It says, what percentage of interest is applicable to this loan?
6% interest rate. It's a single digit interest rate, 6%. Now, 6% for NHF. Construction loan where you come to us through your employer to build is 7%.
Okay.
We also have a product called rent to own. Rent to own is also 7%. Then we have the home renovation loan, which is also 6%.
Okay, fantastic. I hope that is clear. There's another question here. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to also move between Facebook and Zoom. All right, there's another question. It says, how many times can I apply for the loan? I can answer you that. I can answer the child. It's once in your lifetime, right? Temidayo, I guess I'm correct.
Yes, because of the repayment period. It's once in your lifetime.
Okay. Nathaniel Ajayi is asking, is there a compliance desk contact? If so, please share. We will try to share this at the end of the show, Nathaniel. Temitope Onofookon is asking, can a small organization with 5 staffs register for this?
Yes, please.
So far, you're in Nigeria and you're in Nigeria.
Minimum of 5. Minimum of 5.
Oh, okay, very good. Guys, today is going to be a lot of questions and answers, and I think that's why we're having the show today. Shannon is asking again, can someone present property already under construction for the loan?
Now, the property has what's it called, bill of quantity.
Yeah.
We need to know how much is already on ground. Usually 10% is what should be on ground on that landed property. Now, in a situation whereby you have, yes, 10% is what should be on ground. Okay. In a situation whereby you have more than 10% on ground, then your application will be for whatever is left to finish the property. Most times we advise our customers to go for the home renovation if they feel that 1 million naira can finish the work.
Okay.
We advise them to go for home renovation because going for NHF with a property which you have almost.
Can you tell us a bit more about this home renovation loan?
The home renovation loan is such that you have an existing property, okay, or a house that you want to complete, a building that you want to complete. It's just a 1 million naira loan. It's 6% interest rate, repayable between 4 to 5 years. Now, it's a loan you can enjoy more than once. I think that's the only product you can take more than once.
So can I be on any loan and still apply for the home renovation loan?
Like I wanted to say, as long as you have not applied for anything. Right?
Okay. But I can be on home renovation loan, complete that, then apply for NHF.
Exactly. Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks so much. I think
so, and then it doesn't have there's no you don't need to go to a primary mortgage bank. You come to us directly, your employer. You don't need to pay an equity. You don't need to pay an equity. And then we don't even come to check what you are renovating. We don't come to check what you are renovating. All we
Okay.
need from you is the bill of quantity from a certified quantity surveyor, which states how much you're using to renovate. Basically, fill our form with the address of the property you're renovating. We're not coming to check. It's just part of the paperwork.
Okay.
That's it.
All
And it's
right.
credited direct to your account. It's credited direct into your account.
Yeah. So still on Charles's question on how can he know how much he has contributed. So is this can this also be known from your employer?
Yes, your employer does the deduction.
And I remember
They
then also
could, you
that there
can
used to
request for
be,
your statement of account also. Now, the idea of the NHF online is such that you're able to see your spreadsheets, see your
okay.
contribution. If there's a month missing, you can ask questions. But then you have to have registered your phone number on our database, which is why I saw a question now. She said, I think the lady that said she wanted her NHF number. I saw when she wrote here that she was told her number is not registered. Yes, your number needs to be registered on our database for you to use the USSD code. But in
Okay.
an event that is not working for you, go to our website and use the NHF online just by registering your NHF number and your password, and then you create create an account for yourself, and then you can see your spreadsheet.
Great. Thanks so much, Temidayo. Guys, I hope you're really benefiting from the questions and Temidayo's answers. Please keep them coming. We've done 1 hour already. Wow, and we still have a lot of questions. All right, Gloat Travels asked, I've worked for 10 years and contributed, but now self-employed. Can I still apply?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
First, you need to update your data from employed to self-employed.
All right, great. Olubumi Babs is asking for someone who has worked for 11 years in both private and public organization with consistent remittance, but now work on an international organization for the past 3 years. Can I still access the fund? I think it's the same as the question from Gloat Travels, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Amotayo Odufowokon ask again, how do I get my total contributed so far? Also, can you recommend a reliable and functional primary mortgage bank? Sorry, I will answer this. She had already answered you on how you can get your contributed funds, but on recommendation, she would not be able to do that. To recommend any mortgage bank because we really want to be very, very careful. So you don't say it is on MCTB that you got a contact of someone that duped you. Please, we will not do that.
Yes, but then when you go on our website, you see them accredited primary mortgage bank.
Yes,
You
but please
can't
don't.
just go to a random one. They are accredited primary mortgage banks on
All
our
right.
website. So from there, you can pick anyone.
So
You choose
Mota, the answer is go to fnbn.gov.ng and you will see the accredited mortgage banks. Thank you very much. They did not pay for MCTB. All right. So this person says, okay, Adeshion says, I work with Ogun State government and joined the service in 2017. State government is not remitting our NHF. What can we do about this? Wow. Temidayo.
Ogun State.
Yes? Or maybe he doesn't know that they are remitting.
Maybe he doesn't. Well, I can't say. I know Lagos State left the scheme, I think in year 2000. But the truth of the matter is, since then, we just brought them back January this year. They
No, what
just
does that
came
mean?
back to the
You
scheme.
said Lagos State left the scheme.
They were contributing to the scheme.
Okay. So you said we didn't get that.
Right?
You
But
brought
they
them.
stopped here.
Oh, so what happens? What happens to our
I
money?
mean, Lagos State, yeah, their money is there. Their money is there. The
Please
money is there, yes. It's in the individual's
elaborate.
account.
So what happens to it during the period they stopped? What does that mean for the contributor?
Of course, the interest, there's an interest of 2% on a yearly annuity basis, right?
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
an interest of 2% on the money on an annuity basis. So it has grown from 2000 to this year.
Ah,
And
okay.
now, surprisingly, a lot of them are retiring. So what they are coming for now is they are why others, which is why LDIC came into the discussion.
The picture as at that time. Okay, fantastic. All right. Great for that. Thanks so much. Sanusi joined again, but I think he's out. All right. So Sanusi, outer, if you're there, just show us, open your video, then we can know that you're there. All right. So someone asked, Fogi Global, what happens if you lose your job after when you maybe you're paying the loan and you lose your job? So what happens? This is a very, very good question.
Okay, now I kept talking about the intermediary between us and you, us and you. The intermediary is there for a reason.
Hmm.
The primary mortgage bank that package your loan, they are there for a reason. We do not know you, it's the primary mortgage bank that knows you. We only
Okay.
expect that the primary mortgage bank remits your loan repayment to us on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis or a yearly basis. Hmm?
Yeah. So
But
the
then
question is,
again,
if I lose my job,
we
who
have
will be
the
responsible to pay back the loan?
now if you went to a primary mortgage bank to assess our loan, I might not know that you have lost your job.
That's true.
The primary mortgage bank would know that. Hmm? Would know that because they are the ones that have your direct contact. I
Yeah.
do not have. We do not have it. Hmm? So I think I've only heard of a scenario where they had to do a foreclosure on the house,
Okay.
right?
To
Do a
recover the
foreclosure on the house, which is yes, which rarely happens because there's always a question of any other source of income, such that your money, your repayment is not just coming from your paid job. Do you understand? I know the primary
yeah.
mortgage bank always asks that question. Do you have another source of income? So I think the foreclosure thing is a rare situation. It's a
Okay.
very rare situation.
All right.
Mhm.
Good.
Now, where we have such is those ones that come through their employer. Those ones that come through their employer to assess the loan. Now, the employer needs to tell us that this person has some sort of terminal benefit,
Hmm.
either losing the job or retirement or whatnot, such
Mhm.
that they sign an MOU with us that when that happens, they are going to liquidate whatever is the person is owing us before paying him the balance of
Balance
the
for it.
benefit.
Hmm. All right. That's fair enough. Okay. Thanks, Temidayo. Then Abiodun Olusegun asked this, and it's related to your point on equity and a possibility of leaving one primary mortgage bank to the other if one is not really doing the right things. So he says, what happens to the equity he has already paid to PMB1 if he has to move to PMB2?
It's the same equity, right?
Yeah.
It's the same equity. It's not like you're going to the other primary mortgage bank for another property which has a higher equity or so it's just you moving your account to another account.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They are not
That's
paying
fine.
another equity. They are not paying another equity.
Guys, I'm gonna
In
go
such
a little.
situation, the loan has even been approved. You understand me? The loan has been approved. We had a situation with someone whose loan has been approved, but the primary mortgage bank was holding on to the money for some reason.
Why?
I really don't know. I really don't know. And then he got another primary mortgage bank, and they packaged the because the property was on ground already. So all
Oh,
they needed to do was to call his money from the other primary mortgage bank,
mortgage bank
and
without
then he got
without
the
him
house
losing anything, right?
without him losing anything.
Wow,
Because
fantastic.
we are advise them to talk to us. We advise them to tell us when they have problems like this.
Great.
In such situation, we try to show our face, so we don't look like the bad guys.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I have to move very, very fast now because I still have 40 unread questions. So Temidayo says, what if one can pay up before your retirement age? So what if I want to pay up if I lump sum?
You're open to liquidate your loan before retirement, please. You're open to liquidate
Good.
it.
All right. Thank you very much. Someone asked again. Sorry, guys. I think I skipped some questions. Okay. All right, I'll just take some questions at random. I think I've skipped some. All right, so it says I work in. Okay, is retirement age 60 or 65? That is not what we're discussing here today. Someone says, is the loan interest free? No, the loan is not interest free. You pay this loan back with 6% interest. Popola Martin says, I work in a state polytechnic. I don't see NHF in my payslip. Does it mean I don't contribute? Yeah, it's possibly. It's possible that you don't contribute. Okay, so please check with your HR or your employer again. All right. Vani asks a question. I'm 42 and my husband is 44. Can we buy a property that costs more than 15 million, say 25 million, with our combined NHF, since we are both working? Is there any plan for couples to combine loans? Very, very good question, Vani. Temidayo.
Yes, please. Usually, you won't call it combined. You will call it additional contribution or additional source of income. Now, one person is applying for the loan, except each person wants to do theirs individually. If you want to go for a property above 15 million naira, which Federal Mortgage Bank would approve, now you're going for a property of 40 million naira, which means that you need to have the difference of how much? 15 minus, assuming you're eligible for 15 million.
25
assuming
million.
you're eligible for 15 million. Yeah, that's assuming you're eligible for 15 million.
Yeah.
15 million, whatever you're eligible for. Now, if your husband's income is to make the sum, you call it additional income.
So
but the property is not in Mr. and Mrs. That's just what I'm trying to rule out.
Okay, so the property should not be one. It should not be Mr. and Mrs. Both of you can apply differently, get your loan, but you make it as an additional income, and the loan will be granted to Mr. separately and to Mrs. separately. It is up to you on how you combine your resources to buy your house. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. The next question I'm going to take here is, can non-Nigerian residents benefit from NHF?
In Nigeria, well, it's not residential in Nigeria. Resident in Nigeria.
No.
I don't get the question.
Nigeria, is resident in Nigeria, but is not Nigerian. But he's working in Nigeria.
Oh no, you can't even contribute. He can't even be a contributor.
Okay, so if an expert, are you saying experts in Nigeria do not contribute to anything?
No, they are not. Most organizations are advised strictly not to debit or not to remit for experts. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that clarity. Oludamilola Oni asked a very, very interesting question. And it says, at 60, if I do not apply, how do I get back my contribution?
It's called refund.
Okay.
We have a
we're struggling with your network.
Unit called the refund unit. They employ you. Registration was done on your behalf. They would also give you the refund form, which you would fill out with your account information an introduction from the bank stating your name, your account number, BDN, and all of that, because the money will be paid direct to your account through remitter.
So,
All your contribution with 2% interest on an annuity basis till the day your payment will be processed.
so in summary, what you're
Be
saying is
paid
that
direct into your account.
for those that did not apply for NHF loan, they will get back their money
Whether you
after
apply or
retirement.
not.
Yeah, okay. Whether you apply or not, you get back all your contribution with a 2% interest.
Yes, please.
Okay. I think that answers the question of Oludamilola. Thank you. And for those of you that have applied, you would have paid back by the time you're 60. Then you get back all
Basically.
your contribution with a percentage. That's okay. All right. So Olubumi Abe asked a question. So this can be done outside the okay. No. Can NHF develop a land and manage the property until the money is cleared before handing over the property to the owner?
No.
All right, straight answer.
No.
Lukoya says this is an eye opener. I checked my statement and realized that my company only remitted 5 times for me. So what can he or she do?
Okay, now it could be a scenario of schedules not submitted by your employer. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have not remitted. Sometimes
Okay.
they remit, but they haven't sent schedules for whom the monies belong to. So we can't even post to the individual account, which is why it will not reflect. So you need to check with your account department. You need to check with your account department to be sure that they have sent schedules up to date. If they haven't, please let them send schedules up to date. That way we can capture and you can have your full contributions on your statement.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Abayomi is asking again, is 1 million the maximum I can get for the home renovation loan? I think the answer is yes, right?
Yes.
All right. Does the home renovation loan need C of O?
No, please.
It's from Daniel Mokoro. Okay, the answer is no. Ayode Jadeshina says, in a situation whereby someone on housing renovation loan dies, God forbid, what happens to the loan?
Now,
housing renovation loan or NHF. So what happens?
Home renovation loan, like I said, there's a question of terminal benefits, group life insurance. In some cases, even their cooperative society contribution for some organizations, depending. There's an MOU with your employer, basically, that whatever happens in case of death, in case of loss of job, liquidated, they have to liquidate your loan balance before paying the next of kin, whatever balance that is there.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yes. Now, for NHF, it will just play the same role, like I said. We do not know that, FMBN does not know that the person has died because you have gone to a primary mortgage bank. So whatever the primary mortgage bank needs to do to pay off your loan is what they have to do, basically.
Okay, great. Guys, I'm really sorry. I thought we would be able to balance this today. I really wanted to have the primary mortgage bank representative also, so that these questions can be answered. But as the case may be, he sent a text message that he's not able to join because he has network issues, unfortunately. But I want to believe that a lot of us have been able to benefit. We'll find some time again to bring in the primary mortgage bank representative on this show as well. All right. So Ayode Jadeshina says, I learned that federal government, I don't know what IPPS means though. Federal government IPPIS payment has not been remitting monthly payment since February 2020. Okay, Ayode, I think you need to. I don't think Temidayo can solve your problem on that. You probably need to go back to your employer. Bukbola Martin says, I work with Zenith Bank and filled NHF form then. I have used the code, but it said my number is not in your database. I since left the bank. What can I do? Did you get that question?
Yes, the banks are domiciled in our Lagos Island office. That's the Marina office. The account is domiciled in a Marina office. So he should pay a visit to number 23 Marina and get his NHF
Can you
number.
say the address? Can you say
Number
the address
23,
again?
23 Maman Katangora Marina.
Number 23, Mamon
Fifth floor.
Katangora Gora Marina, sixth floor. Eman, can you just type that? Oh no, Eman is French. Can't type that. So Abayo, may please help us type that. Number 23, Mamon Katangora Marina. That is the head office address for NHF, right? And
Yes.
this person should please. Okay, thank you very much for that great information. Samuel Oshiot says, in my previous employment, I opened an NHF account and my employer paid for the period, but in the last 3 years, my employer did not make any payment. If I want to process a loan, how do I proceed? So can he process this loan based on his balance in his account, which a former employer has contributed, or what can he do? What do you advise he does?
Now, your contribution has nothing to do with your loan application.
Okay.
Right? Eligible to access the NHF loan. It has nothing to do with what you have contributed. Do you understand? So it's the important factor here is that you have been a contributor consistently. Do you understand? So you should be more worried. You should be more worried that you have not contributed for the past 3 years than the balance in your account.
So what that simply means is that it cannot apply because it's been broken for 3 years. That means that it's no longer consistent. Then it cannot apply.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Not like it cannot apply. What he can do is to pay for the past 3 years, start again for another 6 months before he's eligible.
So if his employer today is not doing this, can he do it on his own?
No, he's under a paid employment. He can't come as self-employed.
So what is he going to do? Okay, then he probably needs to flag his
employer needs to come in. Yes, his employer needs to come in.
Samuel, I think you got that. Temidayo Thompson says, thank you very much. I've worked in private sector for 15 years and contributed, but need to know my balance. So Temidayo, please dial *219 # on your mobile number, registered mobile number, and you will be able to know your balance, I guess. Temidayo, is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ojo says, is there anything like self or children education? If yes, how could one assess this? Dr. Ojo, we're not talking about children education today. No, we're not talking about loan for education. This is only loan for real estate. And that is the only thing that NHF is all about. Oluchi Olaoye says, please, what happens if the PMB is taking so long and the property has already been taken off the market? Would one start all over again?
Yes, please. That's what it means.
This is sad, huh? So that means you need to follow up, guys. You need to follow up with your PMB. If you realize that they're taking too long, they're not giving you a batch number on time, please switch PMB as soon as possible. Okay. Antonia says, what happens to my money if I don't access the loan all through my service year? This has been answered. You will get your money at 60 when you retire with an interest of 2%. So guys, this doesn't make sense, all right? So if you have to just save for others to collect, what are we talking about? So why don't you just take this opportunity now and access this loan rather than waiting till you retire to only get back your money with just 2% interest? For me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if it makes sense for you. So that's why we're really bringing this out today and encouraging you guys to apply. If you're living in your home, in your house already, and you feel you can apply, get a house for 15 million and rent it out. Do you know the interest? I mean, the rent you will get from that alone is an invest. I mean, it's a lot of money. So you can apply, get the 15 million and invest it into properties. That would be my advice, by the way. All right, so Bobola Martin says, if my employer, which is the state government, opts out of NHF scheme, can I apply to contribute personally? She has answered that. The answer is no. Once you are under paid employment, you have to apply via your employer. Michael says, I'm a Nigerian but based in another country. Can I benefit from this loan? Very good question.
Yes. Yes, you can, even though it's still under process. We have what we call the Nigerians in diaspora, which is a project they are working on right now. I'm sure once it's ready.
So currently, we cannot.
We also spread the information.
So the answer is currently, if you're living outside Nigeria, you cannot. But it's still being worked on. All right, thank you very much. Motayo says, I have been struggling to get a mortgage. Okay, please contact your primary mortgage bank or you contact NHF. About me, thank you very much for putting the address there, 23 Maman Kutangura Marina. Okay, so Temidayo is asking again, how can I link my phone line with NHF? You don't link your phone line with NHF. You just have to use your registered phone line with NCC, I think, and use that to access your NHF information. All right. Oludamilola says, network obstructor answer to my question and some questions too. Please, Oludamilola, please put back those questions on the chat. We still have a few more minutes. We will ensure that your questions are answered. Tayo says, thank you. I have 2 questions. Okay, we're waiting for your questions. Samuel says, thank you for your answers. Tayo, how long does it take once the batch is complete and batch number is given? How long does it take to get your money as soon as your batch is complete?
Now, all I have to say is loan process is 3 to 9 months. The whole NHM loan process. So once it's exceeding 9 months, you need to check. You need to check. I've seen people who got their loan in a month. I've seen 2 months. I've even seen. I mean, it's like I said, it's subject to your primary mortgage bank. It's subject to documentation. Documentation is also another aspect. Because you ask someone for BVN and the person is arguing with you, and then it's stalling the whole batch, you know? And then also in the past, what happens is this. Once in the past, when the application comes to Federal Mortgage Bank, and maybe 2 applications in the 10 has one issue or the other, FMBN would always return the whole batch. But all of that, it doesn't happen anymore. What happens is those 2 are actually taken out and returned to the primary mortgage bank, while others are worked on.
Will they have
so we've also used that to check our own processing period.
So Temidayo, if 2 applications has an issue, if they take that out, will they wait till they have a replacement again before they can batch that 10? Or what that means that they will go with the 8 applications, right?
No. They just need to fix whatever it is. They need to just fix whatever it is and return it back. But basically, they are working on the other 8. Unlike before, where they have to send the whole 10 because 2 applications are faulty.
Okay, great. Thank you for that answer as well. And guys, this explains it why you can get yours in 3 to 6 months, and another person will have to wait for 1 year because they actually have to wait for 10 batches before they can batch your application to Abuja. Ayodeji is asking again, what are the requirements for assessing? Ayodeji, we've said all this before you joined. In case you missed it, please go on the YouTube channel. You will have the recording. Okay. Charles Asore is asking again, once I applied for the loan, does my savings deduction continue alongside with my loan deduction since I know it is a one-time loan? Temidayo.
Sorry?
Yeah, the question is, if I apply for a loan
Hello?
and yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, if I apply for a loan and I get a loan, now I'm paying back the loan on a monthly basis. The question from Charles is that will he continue to still pay the deduction from his employer will still continue, right? That's the question. And I think the answer is yes.
You mean the NHF 2.5 deduction?
Yes.
Yes, that continues. Like I said, the 2.5% has nothing to do with your loan. It just won't makes you eligible to even access the loan in the first place. But it doesn't determine your loan. It doesn't determine. You need a contributor. It's a constant drive. Your loan is a different thing. If you're not a
Okay,
contributor, you can't enjoy NHF facility.
great. Okay, thank you very much. So Abayomi says again that he is checked and his loan did not reflect since 2016. And he told FMB, okay, he was told that FMB is upgrading the site. How long will it take to be able to access backlogs with the USSD? Do you know, Temidayo?
His contribution did not reflect.
Yes, since 2016, and it was told that it's due to upgrade on the site.
I'm not aware of that. Like I said, he should make sure that schedules for those months or years have been forwarded to Federal Mortgage Bank for capturing. Without schedules, of course, your contribution would not reflect because those monies were probably just remitted, and then we don't know who to post it to. So they need to
Mm,
send schedules. I don't know the state, I don't know the organization. They just need to forward schedules for those missing period. There's no
fantastic.
system upgrade
Oh,
as at Friday. I'm not aware of it.
great. Yes, we are right on time. 1 hour, 30 minutes of masterclass. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that we've been able to do justice to most of your questions. And specifically, I want to say a very big thank you to Temidayo. Temidayo is a nursing
Thank
mother
you.
for those of you, in case you don't know, and she had to take this time out to really support us with this information. I say a very, very big thank you to you. Thanks to your husband for allowing us to do this with you as well. And we really appreciate you
Thank
for coming
you.
on MCT today. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone. I hope that you've been able to get the information that you need to assess your NHF loan. What I have to say to you is this, guys, you don't have anything to lose. So far, you're already contributing. So it is at your own choice that and your own benefit, actually, if you apply for this. And even if it's going to take you 1 year, if it's going to take you 2 years, I'm just saying a day is out. So why not apply now and wait patiently and follow up on your loan, and then you can get. Don't be surprised if tomorrow federal government comes and scraps this. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they will. Or when they come back tomorrow, the way they are now loaning our pension funds and they start loaning our NHM funds again, I'm telling you, then this loan application will probably go from 6 months to 6 years before you can access it. So guys, don't wait until then. This is the right time for you to make this investment, even if you have your own home. You can apply for it. And don't always believe people when they tell you that it is not possible. I applied for mine in June 2018. I got it in December 2018. So it's about 6 to 7 months. And I was able to use it effectively. All right. So please, I hope I have helped you enough. Thank me later for bringing this information to you. And sometimes in future, we will try and bring a Federal Mortgage Bank representative also to talk to us on this. So once again, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for supporting MCTV. This is Masterclass with Tope Bandele. This is Module 10. We're going to do Module 11 in another 2 weeks. And I hope that you stay with us. So please go on YouTube, subscribe, like the videos, share the videos as well. Just search for Masterclass with Tope Bandele on YouTube. I think before the end of the show also we'll post it. Eman, if you're there, just post the YouTube link as well for people to see. There you can see different topics that we've addressed. And I tell you, there's none of all those previous models that will not be a great benefit to you. We've talked about how to build a stellar career. We've talked about how to be a five-star employee. We've talked about hypertension among youths. We've talked about I mean, finance in marriage. We've talked about a lot. Yes, that is the YouTube link. Please join us, subscribe, like, and then you can get updates on MCTV. Thank you very much, guys. And please, this is Christmas. I wish you Merry Christmas. But at the same time, please enjoy your Christmas responsibly. Don't go to crowded places and still use your mask. I understand now in Lagos, it is a crime for you to go out without using that mask. Don't be caught unawares. Thank you very much, guys. I love you so much, and thanks for supporting MCTV. It's Temidayo Bandele again. I'm signing out. I will see you in another 2 weeks. God bless you. Bye.
Slam dunk, are you ready to make me?